Ever since we were kids, we've always wanted to dance or keep the time to the music. And that's part of us. It's like something we have to have. And it's in us. Because I don't know what I would do if there wasn't music. And we come up with different steps. We've always done it that way. And I think it's so much better when you do it, when we do our own, because we know what we want.
My father used to always say, don't mess up, you know? And I felt I knew every part. And if something went wrong, I felt I could cover it.
I dance a lot anyway. I've always loved to dance. When I was just real little, I used to watch Sammy Davis, Fred Astaire, and James Brown, and just dancing about the house. So I don't remember not dancing. Fred Astaire once really gave me a wonderful compliment. He says that I was a wonderful dancer and that he watched me all the time. And I admire him so much, God.
I think James Brown is a genius, you know. When he's with the Famous Flames, just unbelievable. And I used to watch him on television. And I used to get angry at the cameraman because whenever he would really start to dance, they would be on a close-up and I couldn't see his feet. So I would throw things, I'd be angry. I said, show him, so I could watch and learn.
It just happens when I come on stage and you feel the audience, the forces back and forth. When they get aroused, we get aroused. And it's just a wonderful feeling, really. I'm really not that outgoing when I'm off stage. When I'm on stage, it's totally different, really. I'm actually another person. Actually, you're becoming like a stage addict. I really am. Like when there are off days and there is no show, I'm up at night dancing just the same. It's really strange. I guess I'm an addict. Can't help it.
On stage is the most magic place I can be. I can't put it in words. It's escapism. It's like walking on air. For me, it's the safest place in the world. To me, I can't be hurt on stage. I could sleep on stage. I hate to leave stage. It's wonderful.
What is it that goes through your mind when you perform?
I don't think about much. I don't think at all, actually. I'm feeling it. It's not a thing of thinking or mechanics. It's all spirit and feeling.
Well, the moonwalk came from these beautiful children, these black kids who live in the ghettos and, you know, the inner cities, who are brilliant. They just have that natural talent for dancing. Any of the the Running Man, any of these dances, they come up with these dances. All I did was enhance the dance. I wanted to do the 5 spins and go on the toes and freeze there and just hold it and stay there, you know, and I didn't, but they didn't know. Well, I'm never satisfied. Even when I see something that I've done and people say, oh, it was phenomenal. When I did Motown 25 and I did the moonwalk for the first time, I was backstage crying afterwards because I was unhappy.
You cried after Motown 25?
After Motown 25. But then as I was walking to the car, there was this little boy, he was like 12, he was a little Jewish kid, and he said, you're amazing. Who taught you to ever dance like that? And for the first time, I felt I did a good job because I know children don't lie, and I just felt so good about it then. After my Motown performance, where I performed Billie Jean, I was nominated for an Emmy, in which I lost. But my real award was the next day after the show, when Fred Astaire called my house. He said, I saw the show last night, I taped it, I watched it twice this morning. And he said, you were incredible, you're a hell of a mover. And I said, God, thank you, it's so wonderful for you to say that, because I think you're the best. I said, I just want a section. I said, give me a section where I could dance a little. Because he said no dancing in the whole piece. He said, no dancing. I said, just give me one little moment. So that whole section, you see this long street and this billboard of these 2 girls. One of them is Billie Jean and I'm dancing. That's the only part I contributed. I did Beat It with Michael Peters, which I choreographed portions of that as well. And as I told John Landis, I want Michael Peters to work on this thing. And so we got together and we did certain steps and he did certain things. I said, no, I don't like that. And he said, yeah, I like this, or I don't like that, what I did.
And we just finally ended up agreeing on, you know, the piece.
Okay. Okay, here we go. Bang, 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 bang. Shoulder, shoulder, and bop. And hip, and bop. And bada, chin, bada. Bada, bada. Bada, bada, whack. Early Victor Bang, early.
I remember my original approach was, how do you make zombies and monsters dance without it being comical? So I said we have to do just the right kind of movement so it doesn't become something that you laugh at, but it just has to be, you know, take it to another level. So I kind of imagine how these zombies should move by making faces in the mirror. And I used to come to rehearsal sometime with monster makeup on, and I love doing that. So he and I collaborated, and we both choreographed the piece. And I thought I should start, you know, like kind of thing, then go into this kind of jazzy step, you know.
That's awesome.
Kind of gruesome things like that, you know. Not too much ballet or whatever.
Cut.
Because every time it's different.
Every time.
See, and every time it's not going to be the same. So I saw a lot of good stuff in certain things and certain things.
And we're going to have a beat to go to, right? We're going to have a beat to go to. So this is where you want the band, like the real musician.
No, we're going to lay with this.
Yeah, he can
We're going to lay
orchestrate
with
anything
this.
he wants.
And then at the top, oh, maybe a high string or something, just to ride the emotion of it. Then you come into just a horn or something, you know, to ride the feeling of it. Because I want the music to represent the way we feel. You know, it's gotta dictate our emotion.
Right.
You know, our moves. We're expressing the way everybody feels. It's rebellion. You know what I mean? We're letting out what we always wanted to say to the world.
Exactly.
Passion and anger and fire. So you got more movement. It should be more like something's going on inside you. I mean, that's why when we build it to a mountain and we bring it back down, it's got to have that emotion.
You probably heard the uproar over the new Michael Jackson video.
The new Michael Jackson video is an event in itself.
Fox Broadcasting says that it made a mistake in broadcasting the 11-minute black or white video last night.
The international broadcast premiere of Black or White was immediately followed by uproar and condemnation.
In the dance, I said, I want to do a dance number where I can just let out my frustration about, you know, injustice and prejudice and racism and bigotry. And within the dance, I just became upset and I let go, you know, and that's what happened. And I think at the time, people were concerned about the violent contempt of the piece, but it's like easy to look at.
Why do you always grab your crotch?
Why do I grab my crotch?
Yeah, why? We think you got a thing with your crotch going on.
I think
here.
it happens subliminally. When I dance, if you're a dancer, you know, you're just interpreting the sounds and the accompaniment of the music. If there's a driving bass, you become the bass. If there's a cello, if there's a string, you become that. So you become the emotion of what that sound is. Okay? So if I'm doing a movement and I go bam and I grab myself, it's the music that compels me to do it. It's not saying I'm getting ready to grab down there and it's not a great place. You don't think about it, it just happens. Sometime I'll look back at the footage and I'll go, did I do that?
How do you all feel about Michael grabbing his crotch in those videos?
I don't like that.
Well, it's just part of his dancing.
Yeah, but I don't like that.
I don't like it either, but you know, when people were saying...
Let her talk. What the heck?
No, when people were saying Michael was grabbing his crotch, he was not grabbing his crotch at that time. He was putting his hand in his belt and was like this on the side of his face. And after they said he was grabbing his crotch, I don't know. Maybe
he really started grabbing it.
I think it's a feeling, and the music is feeling so good and everything. He just, boom, he just goes for it.
What about those entertainers just get naked on?
That's what I'm feeling. That's what I was getting ready to say. I think it's one of those things they're looking just to say, oh, he did that, or he did that.
It doesn't look nice.
What'd you have in mind? Just trust me, Brian. I know exactly what to do. You've got to be aggressive. Even more aggressive than Michael Jackson's treatment of his own groin on stage.
Thank you.